G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go Ultra League set of 5 battles. So, I'm rank 8, 2278, so sort of midway there. And let's have a look. So, Ultra League. So, my team, since Giratina's, Ancient Power had been nerfed, I've decided to take Giratina out of my team and lead with the Alolan Muk. So, I used to lead with Togekiss, running Togekiss, Giratina and Swampert. I've now decided to lead with Alolan Muk because I'm coming up with a number of teams leading with fairies or grass, and Alolan Muk will be a good counter for both of those, along with the obvious lead of Giratina, which Alolan Muk is also a counter for. So there's 3 big counters that I do hit a lot, and so that should be helping. So let's see how we go. So, finding an opponent. This shouldn't take too long, it normally doesn't. Being sort of middle of the table, a lot of people around where I am, so not too hard to find them. Let's see what we've got. So, throwing out my Alolan Muk, what have they got? And so this is a bad lead for me, just a bad one in general, to be completely honest. So I'm going to leave this. It's probably an Ice Punch, to be completely honest. Yeah, it is. Of course it is. So it does do a fair bit of damage to me. But they're not switching out, so it's interesting. So I will block this one, I think, just because I don't want to take... It's going to do huge amounts of damage, so... No, not huge amounts, but it'll take me down a fair bit. So they have finally swapped out now. So that's an interesting move. So I'm going to Ancient Power. Let's see what we've got. So obviously they're going to be going for the Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb. And unfortunately I'm going to have to block this or let it go. So I'm going to block. And hopefully I can switch out before they get to their next move. Oh, and I've managed to... Let's see what the last one is. So I'm going to Ancient Power that. Just because... See, attack incoming, so that's an interesting one. So they're going to... And I'm going to switch to Muk, so they should switch straight out of this, because they won't want their... Maybe they do want their... Okay. I would have thought they would have switched straight out, but that's fine. So they have blocked, so they should switch out. Let's see. Not switching out. So obviously poison typing is not going to go well against psychic typing. Dynamic Punch, not ideal for me. So now they've switched out, so now I'm going to swap into my Swampert. So it's... Fighting type attacks going to do a huge amount. Wow. A reasonable amount of damage. So let's see. Yeah, so that's 50% of my health gone right there. So I don't want them to get to another one, so instead I'm just going to pull the trigger. So I would assume they're not going to shield this, because, well, they want to keep a shield for Mewtwo. Oh, they do want to shield this. They must be close to it, yeah. So they're going to take me out here. So that's an interesting one. That's fine. So we'll see what happens. So they've got Ice Punch out, so that's not going to take me out, so that's fine. So it's a bit of a waste of a shield, to be honest. Let's hope they don't get to another one. So I'm going to go straight for a Hydro Cannon, just because I'm not sure what Mewtwo's got stored up energy-wise. But that's fine, so that should be... I'm hoping it doesn't have a charge move, otherwise I might be in trouble. No, so it looks like I'll get my charge move off before he does. So, happy days. So that one wasn't too bad. So started off with the poor lead matchup, but seemed to do alright. Because they didn't swap out straight away, so I'm not sure why, but anyway. Let's see, what have we got? King Wedger. So let this load. I'm not sure why it's taking so long to load. So this is an interesting one. So they're gonna have click. So I think what I'm gonna do is just put on some pressure, I guess. So I imagine they have body slam, so what I might do is quickly swap out into the attack. So I don't know what they're going to be using. I'm hoping they've used Earthquake, to be completely honest with you. Now, so they've just used a body slam, which is not ideal for me to have swapped in on a body slam. I would have liked something with a bit more, that did a bit more, well, damage to. So I reckon I'm gonna. Ooh, that was maybe not a good idea. That's fine. I should be able to get to this one before they do. So at least that way I can get my ancient power off and see how we go. So I'm hoping for a boost. Oh, it did boost. So I'm definitely defending this. So with that attack and defense boost, that makes a huge difference. They're gonna fast move. Is an absolute weapon on this thing. So a couple more fast moves to get it down. So I've got no shields versus 2 shields, but I'm okay with that. So let's see what they've got. So they're probably going to body slam me up straight away, because I can't imagine they would have had anything more saved. So I'm going to look for the fast moves, try and get to it. Ooh, so this is going to be close. So I should be able to survive. It's going to be close, but I should. Oh, so I've only got a slither of health. So let's see what they've got. So obviously no shields. So not ideal situation for me. But what I'm going to do is try for a bait here. So I'm going to charge this up a little bit extra, and then go for the Hydro Cannon, and hopefully I get a shield. They're going to want to start using shields soon, so I'm just going to go straight for. Ooh. So that does a bit of damage there. So I'm going to. They're hopefully going to think that that wasn't long enough to get a Earthquake going, and don't shield again. So they haven't. That's happy days for me. So at some point they're going to have to commit these shields. So let's find out. So they could be looking for the Earthquake straight up against my. So this is probably. Oh, so that was the wrong move to do. That was not what I was trying for. So I wanted to fast move farm that down. Oh, and so they did block. That's interesting. So they obviously wanted to get their charge moved off as well, which probably works out. Well, we'll see what it is. If it's Dragon Claw's okay, it probably does get me within range for. Oh, so they were going for the swap out, so that didn't work. Happy days. So that worked out okay. Having those 2 counters to Giratina when the opposition has them in the team, well, seems to work a treat. And getting that boost really did help me. So the boost is nice. So let's kick into game number 3. So although Ancient Power's been nerfed massively, getting that 2-stage boost on attack and defense, oof, that's quite nice. So let's see, what have we got? So we've got Giratina, so they're going to have to swap this straight out. So I imagine maybe they're not. So they're not going, they're just going to go straight up and see how they go. So I think we CMP tied there, and I managed to get it off first. So we'll see what they do. So they've shielded that. So yeah, we did CMP tie. So I think I'm gonna let this go. because it's not going to do a huge amount of damage. I can survive a couple of those. So if we can CMP tie again for the next one, I'll be happy with that. So it looks like we have, again, CMP tied. So let's see if they shield this one up or let it go through. So they've let it go through, so that's interesting. So for this one, what I might do is let that go. It'll get me close, and I don't think I'll make it to another dragon. Yeah, so that's fine though. So they've got rid of that, and they're thinking happy days, but then out comes Togekiss to fast move farm it down, so that'll give me a little bit of a boost. So we'll see what we've got coming out here. So that is not ideal, so I really would have liked to keep that Muk there. So I'm glad that I kept those. Well, yeah, that's... So they've sludge bombed there. So the question is, do I flame up or do I not? So if they don't shield this, happy days. If they do shield, oh, I'm in a bit of trouble. So that's fine. I've got to commit my next shield for this. Because I've got Swampert in the back, and Swampert in the back's is not ideal against. So I'm going to commit for the Ancient Power, just because I'm not sure if I would have made it to the flame before they did. And so if I can do that little bit of yeah, so there we go. So that's alright. So I managed to farm that down. So this is an interesting matchup. So it's got energy, which is not good for me, but because I've got Swampert in the back, I'm hoping I can get there before they can. Oh, so this is going to be a close one, so I'm going to assume it's going to be Crunch, maybe? Let's find out what it is. Yeah, so Crunch. So that's going to do a bit of damage, but I should be able to take it out. I think I'm within range here for my Hydro Cannon. Yeah, so that's Hydro Cannon down, and so that's good game. So that explains why they stayed in with their Giratina. That Alolan Muk was countering their entire team, so not much they could do there with that. So happy days. So that's battle 3 done. So next one on. So again, I'll lead with that Muk. I'll see what I can get on the lead matchup. So lead matchup is what's really important. So you really want to change. Well, winning that lead matchup is and winning switch advantage is what you really want to go for. So a Sceptile here. I'll be honest, I no idea. So I'm going to go with a Sludge Wave and hope they don't shield it. If they don't shield it, it should be doing a reasonable amount of damage. Let's see what they do. So they do shield, that's unfortunate. So they're saving up a lot of energy there. So I think I'm going to let this go. So chance that's going to be, yeah, Leaf Blade. So Leaf Blade shouldn't do too much damage. So they'll probably Leaf Blade me again straight away. So I'm going to save up and, ooh. So they have Leaf Bladed me, I think, again. We'll see. This I don't know what a second move is. So yeah, it's a Leaf Blade, that's fine. So I'm going to go for a Dark Pulse as a bit of a bait. Hopefully they don't shield. Hopefully they do shield. If they shield, then that's happy days, because that's I'll then get hopefully to the Sludge Wave first. Oh, so that's really frustrating. So they've CMP tied with me there, and they've got the CMP tie. So they've Leaf Bladed there, so I'll block that, and then I'll Sludge Wave for them. So it does probably mean that they've got something weak in the back. So I'm assuming it's going to be a grass type. So that's interesting. So that's not ideal for me in any situation, but at least I can start doing some chip damage here. What I probably should have done is save that, swapped into my... Ooh, can I get another one off? No. So should have saved that, swapped into my Swampert, and then put some damage on. So I'm just trying to think. So this is probably going to be a super power. I'm going to let it go. It's still going to do a bit of damage, let's be honest. They'll probably swap out of their... oof. So they're going to superpower me again, and then they're going to swap out, so that's fine. So what have they got? So what I should have done is saved that. What am I thinking? And then swapped into... so what I might do is see if I've got enough for another charge. I'm going to swap out. And then... So I think I'm going to let this go. I have no idea what this is going to be from Licky Licky. So it's just a body slam, so I'm fine with that. So I'm going to try and fast move farm this down. So it'll 100% get to another body slam. I'll let that go though. And then I can, well, 100%, well, maybe. It could be an electric move actually. No, it is the body slam, so that's fine. So I'll get that down. I'll throw my ancient power. Oh, so they've quit there. Good game, yeah. So I had that with the shield, had charge move on my Swampert, charge move on Togekiss. That was, yeah, good game. So happy with that one. So let's go into the next game, see what we get. So Frankapelua. So let's see. So again, throwing out the lead being, oh, so that's good for me. So they can shield me. So let's see what they do. So they're gonna fast move farm me down. So I'm going to go with, no, I'm gonna go straight up and just go for the sludge wave. I'm hoping they don't shield this first one, thinking it's a bait. Oh, so they've shielded that. That's fine. That's fine. So they're gonna fast move farm me down like an absolute weapon though. So I'm gonna go straight for it again. So they're going to commit their second shield. So that's yeah. So this is interesting. So probably what I should have done there is swap out instead of using it and go on straight in with this. So the question is, do I shield? So I'm not going to shield this, actually. I am. I'm going to shield. So it's psychic, so it's not even that great. That's fine. So I'll let the next one go through. So I just want to start putting the hurt on because I need to get this charm damage out. That's so much damage. So charm is an absolute beast of a move. So unfortunately I've got to the next one. So I'm going to let this go through because I don't know what's in the back. So I'm going to assume there's potentially a Venusaur. So they've thrown in... so I should have switched straight out instead of using this charge move. So that was stupid. That was a ridiculous move on my part. So I'm going to let this go because it's got to be Dragon Claw. It could be Ancient Power, but I don't think they've been in long enough to have the Ancient Power. So that's fine. And so now I can fast move farm. So they're going to throw another one. That's fine. I'll let that go. Need to keep that shield. So that's taken me down a little bit. So I'm still alright. Still in the... So they're gonna, so if they get to another charge move, they didn't, that's fine. So what's their last thing? So it's Gengar, so I'm gonna, so this is brutal. So I'm gonna go with the Ancient Power. Probably should have gone with the Flamethrower because I'm not gonna get enough time to go to another one. Am I? No. So unfortunately, so they're going to go straight. Well, they're going to fast move farm me down, so I definitely should have kept that that charge move, and that would have been good games. But that's fine. That's all right. That's my mistake there. So getting 4 wins there, that's pretty good. That last one made a few mistakes there, and that cost me the game. So that's fine. It is what it is, and let's see what our reward is. A Skarmory. Really? Okay. So, of all the options, managed to get the Skarmory, which is it is what it is. So let's just quickly catch this, or maybe we won't quickly catch it. So it seems to be attacking an awful lot. See, as you can see, running Alolan Muk at the start is actually working out quite well. So obviously it's stopping the switch in for some things, because people are limited in what they can switch in with, because it's got very good coverage of lots of the meta relevant Pokemon. So I mean, let's just make this catch circle a bit smaller, and after doing that, it's obvious that the next throw that I do, I'm going to miss it by an absolute mile, but well, we'll give it a go. So Alolan Muk, so let's while I'm waiting for that to come down, so Alolan Muk seems to be pretty good. So in that last game, yeah, they shielded me up. I should have baited. I didn't. Had I baited, then may have gone a different way. But you live and you learn. Also, shouldn't have used that charge move at the end. Well, I shouldn't have used Swampert's charge move. Should have saved that for the Gengar they had in the back. Obviously, you have no idea what they have in the back, but still should have saved it. So, a few things there to improve on. Yeah, but all in all, I think that's good. Most people are still running Giratina. Now that it's been nerfed, it's not really as useful as it once was. Of course, it attacks now while the circle's still big, and there you go. So miss the circle, and that's probably going to be the one that stays in the ball. Seems to be the way, doesn't it? Happy days. So winning 4 of 5 is pretty good. I'm happy with that. So let's see how we've gone. So 2278 up to 2304. So I'm really happy with that. So that's the first time I've broken 2300. And it looks like that team has got a bit of versatility. So good anti-meta team, really. That's working out all right for me. So 4 out of 5, happy days. Use the team a bit more, and I'll be able to get these switches down. And a little bit better battle strategy from my part would help too. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.